South African Police Service, SAPS, members, working alongside key law enforcement partners, have seized cocaine worth an estimated 28 million rands at OR Tambo International Airport. The drugs were intercepted during an intelligence-driven operation on Friday, July 31, 2026, after authorities received information about a suspected drug consignment arriving in the country. According to SAPS, the operation followed intelligence provided by the Crime Intelligence Border Integrity Unit. Members of the SAPS Visible Policing Unit at OR Tambo International Airport acted on the information together with customs officials and Menzies Aviation operational members. Their coordinated efforts led to the successful interception of the shipment shortly after it arrived. The cargo had been transported on a flight from Sao Paulo, Brazil, and was intercepted at approximately 1300 hours immediately after landing. Authorities recovered 95 kilograms of cocaine from the cargo section of OR Tambo International Airport. No arrests have been made at this stage, and investigations are continuing to identify and apprehend those responsible for the attempted smuggling operation. SAPS said it remains committed to disrupting organized criminal networks involved in the illicit drug trade. The police added that they will continue working closely with law enforcement partners to protect South Africa's borders and ports of entry from criminal exploitation while investigations into the case continue. An off-duty police official, Constable Neo Seti, attached to the SAPS Human Resource Development Center in Vereeniging and serving as a tactical trainer and facilitator, received information regarding illicit cigarettes at a specified premises in Vanderbijl Park. Acting on the information, he collaborated with the Special Security Group High Risk Unit during an operation. The intelligence-driven operation resulted in the arrest of Stephen Lapo, who was charged with possession of 8 sealed brown boxes containing illicit cigarettes. The recovered brands were Remington Gold and Chief Blue. Authorities confirmed each box contained approximately 500 packets of 20 cigarettes during the operation conducted together. The 8 sealed boxes amounted to an estimated total of 4,000 packets, representing approximately 80,000 cigarettes. The operation followed information received by Constable Neo Seti and was executed with the Special Security Group High Risk Unit. Stephen Lapo was arrested and charged for possession of the illicit cigarettes recovered. 5 people, including former police officer Dumisel Sibisai, have been sentenced by the Mthunzini High Court to 2 life terms and additional prison sentences for the murder of elderly Kwanan Goma resident Dinjani Kabika. On Thursday, July 30, 2026, the court convicted the group of murder, conspiracy to commit murder, robbery with aggravating circumstances, and the unlawful possession of firearms and ammunition following the fatal attack in Skaini on November 29, 2022. Police said unknown suspects traveling in 2 vehicles, one fitted with flashing blue lights, arrived at the Kabika homestead shortly before midnight, looking for Mrs. Kabika's grandson. After she denied knowing his whereabouts, the suspects stole a television before shooting her twice in the head and fleeing. Detectives later linked the murder to Sibisai, who had previously been in a relationship with the grandson while stationed in Gomsaps. Investigators found that she had allegedly arranged a hit on her former partner after learning he intended marrying someone else. The investigation also revealed that Talani Mbatha and Dumiseni Gumid were arrested on December 3, 2022 after being found with unlicensed firearms and ammunition. Although those charges were initially withdrawn on a technicality before ballistic results were received, detectives continued investigating and eventually rearrested them. Ngsibo Mavuso, who allegedly drove the Quantum minibus during the attack, and Mdini Buthalizi were also arrested. Police further stated that Sibisai's cousin, who allegedly played a crucial role in the crime, died under mysterious circumstances before he could be arrested. The High Court found that the evidence presented by investigators could not be challenged by the defense and convicted all 5 accused. Sibisai received 2 life sentences. Mbatha and Gumid were each sentenced to 2 life terms plus a cumulative 70 years imprisonment for firearm and ammunition offenses, while Mavuso and Buthelezi were each sentenced to 2 life terms and an additional 30 years for robbery, with aggravating circumstances. Former police officer Sergeant Sayomila has been sentenced to 5 years direct imprisonment after the Middleburg Regional Court convicted him of corruption on July 30, 2026. The Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation, HAWKS, in Mpumalanga welcomed the conviction, describing it as part of ongoing efforts to combat corruption within law enforcement. The conviction followed an undercover operation conducted between 2018 and 2019 by the Hawks Nelspruit-based Serious Corruption Investigation Unit. Working with the Road Traffic Management Corporation and the Crime Intelligence Surveillance Unit. The operation targeted law enforcement officials accused of soliciting and accepting gratifications from motorists in Mpumalanga after authorities received information about unlawful activities. On June 23, 2019, Milla, who was attached to the Middleburg Flying Squad at the time, unlawfully solicited a gratification of 200 rands from an undercover agent posing as a motorist. He was arrested and charged with corruption. Following the trial, the Middleburg Regional Court found him guilty and imposed a sentence of 5 years direct imprisonment. Hawks Mpumalanga Provincial Head Major General Nico Gerber welcomed the sentence, saying the unit remains committed to rooting out corruption within law enforcement and ensuring officials who abuse positions of trust are brought to justice. Gerber said the sentence should serve as a warning that even accepting a 200 rands bribe can result in a lengthy prison term. 3 suspects were arrested in Crossroads, Cape Town. After Law Enforcement Advancement Plan, LEAP, officers uncovered a large cache of illegal firearms and ammunition during an operation prompted by information received from community members. Officers searched a suspicious Ford Ranger and seized multiple weapons and other items believed to be linked to planned criminal activity. The search resulted in the seizure of 4 loaded AK-47 rifles, 1 loaded 9mm pistol, 349 rounds of ammunition, 10 magazines, gloves, balaclavas, and false number plates. The 3 suspects were taken into custody at the scene before being handed over to Nyanga SAPS, where further investigations into the case will continue. Authorities believe the firearms, ammunition, and other equipment recovered during the operation indicate that the suspects were preparing to commit a serious violent crime. The successful operation followed information provided by community members, allowing LEAP officers to locate the suspicious vehicle and recover the illegal weapons before they could allegedly be used. The City of Cape Town praised the LEAP officers for the operation, saying it demonstrates the program's role in removing illegal firearms from communities. The city also renewed its call for municipalities to be granted greater policing powers, arguing that stronger local law enforcement authority would enhance efforts to combat crime.